Right? Shalom, brothers. Let's start off by giving all glory, honor, and praise to the Most High and His only begotten Son. So, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders and respect to the brothers out here doing this work, the true and sincere brothers. Right? So, respect, double honors to the apostles of GMS. This is Genesis 25, verse 25. Now we know that so Genesis 25 verse 25, and the first came out red all over like I'm gonna jump up to 21. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived, and the children struggled together within her. And she said, If it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord, and the Lord said unto her, Two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. Right? So before going any further, I want to say woe to this wicked kingdom, woe to 2/3, and woe to the heathens. Right? So two nations are in thy womb. Going back, so Esau, he gathered together himself some Canaanite wives, and from there his inheritance. Joshua 24 verse 4. Joshua 24 verse 4 says, And I gave unto Isaac, Jacob, and Esau, and I gave unto Esau Mount Seir to possess it, but Jacob and his children went down into Egypt. So the Most High gave them their gave them separate possessions, right? So Jacob went down into Egypt. Is that what it said? Yeah, Jacob and his children, and Esau got Mount Seir, all right, the Caucasus Mountains. I mean the mountains. What is it? Where was it? Genesis 25 verse 25. 25. 22. And the children struggled together within her, and she said, If it be so, why am I all right? So it was prophesied about the nations that were two nations of people are in thy womb. All right, because Jacob went on to have 12 children, and Esau went on to do his thing. So here it is saying, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. Alright, the elder shall serve the younger. Now we know that alright, so we know that the first came out red as a hairy garment, right? So that that made Esau the elder. Right? So in the kingdom of heaven, Esau is gonna serve Jacob. Esau and his hardcore bondage though. We ain't talking about no clock in, clock out, time in, time out thing. Hardcore bondage. Right? So the elder gonna serve the younger. Or Esau gonna serve Jacob. Alright. And when their days to be delivered were fulfilled, ultimately, we know that, hey man, when the Most High sent that nation against us, man, you know, Esau, when Esau came against us, took us, brought us over here and conquered slaves, man, he ain't had no pity on us. He ain't showed us no pity whatsoever. All right, he ain't showed the old man, the young person, no pity. All right. So when it says the LA, when it says Second Thessalonians 1 verse 6 says, seeing that it's a righteous thing with the Heavenly Father, Barakatah Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, seeing it's a righteous thing with God, verbatim, to recompense tribulation to those that trouble you, and recompense me to pay back. So hey man, this devil, means deceiver Esau, is gonna get paid back for all the wickedness that he's done to our people and all the wickedness that he's still doing. All right. So this is prophecy for Esau to serve. Saying that the elder is going to serve the younger. This is prophecy. This has been prophesied for since the beginning. In Genesis, that he would serve the younger. That the elder would serve the younger. Right. And after that came his brother out, and and the first came out red out. And when their days to be delivered were fulfilled, this is verse 24, Genesis 25, verse 24. Behold, they were twins in her womb, and the first came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. All right, so that was symbolic of that struggle was symbolic of we both clash. Because Esau has a perpetual hatred for Jacob. His hatred did tear perpetually. Long-lasting hatred for us. So that was that grabbing the heel. And after that came Esau, his brother. So hey man. So that's what that and his hand took hold on Esau's heel. All right. Ultimately that's going to be rulership. Jacob, the 12th tribe of Israel, is going to be in a rulership position in the kingdom, man. And his name was called Jacob, and Isaac was 60 years old when he bare them. And we know that the score is 20. 60 would be 60. This is Second Ezra 6 verse 9. Alright, so then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone, and through none other. By me also they shall be ended, and by none other. Then answered I and said, What shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, From Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world. So we're living in the end right now. All right, we're living in that in the final rounds. We're at the finale. These are the all right. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. The hand of man is all right. So Okay, so Esau is the end of the world, man. Jacob is the beginning. And who's in rulership? Esau, man. So that's how you know where we're at that time. You know, since they the Renaissance and they got into power, so we are at the final stages, man. The season finale. So this is Esau sells so Genesis 25 verse 31. All right, because see these Edomites, man, it's in their spirit to hate us, man. And I mean, hey, not even just that, man, but some of their parents, man, when ever since they were young, man, their parents they raised them up. They raised them up to be hate to I mean, it all depends on the person, though. I get it. If that person, if they, but at a young age, a child mind is susceptible to pretty much anything, man. So these parents raise them up, telling them hate, you know, or hate, you know, telling them, you know, don't play with them, don't play with those black kids over there, you know, those black niggers, you know, we hang niggers and stuff like that, right? So this is Genesis 25 verse 31. You know, going into I'm gonna start at 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents. So hey, man, Jacob was just plain, like I said, dwelling in tents, man. You know, Esau's out there like he is now, you know, a cunning hunter. You know, always trying to build some fancy looking contraption to go trap some squirrels or something. Right? And Isaac loved and the boys grew, and and Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison meat, deer meat, I think that is. But you know, so hey, he did eat. Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebecca loved Jacob. So here we are. Here is showing a little favoritism between the two parents. All right. And Esau said to Jacob, "Feed me, I pray thee." Salaki 29. And Jacob sought pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. You know, he came out, he was tired. You know, he went out there, he ain't caught nothing. You know, not even a bird was chirping. You know, he didn't catch anything, man. Came back empty-handed. You know, stomach growling. And Esau said to Jacob, "Feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint." Therefore was his name called Edom. Right? So that's where he got that name. Because if you check it out today, man, you know, they try to hide it, but they're, you know, Esau always ordering. They don't try to hide it. What am I, you know? Hey, Esau is bold, man. Esau go up in there and say medium rare. You know, give me a medium rare steak, straight up, man. All right. You know, you are what you eat, man. But when you know that you know this, you know, these are the things that, you know, Esau, things like these, you know, who he really is. You know, when brothers start, you know, pushing out, you know, who Esau really is. You know, he's trying to keep that a mystery. What is it? 2 Thessalonians 2 verse 7. So Second Thessalonians 2 verse 7. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work, only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. Brothers doing that right now, man. And shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. So, amen. Prophesying against this wicked kingdom, Babylon. Revealing certain things, certain mysteries through the spirit, of course. Prophet Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And then ultimately the Savior is going to come down himself, personally, and get his hands dirty, man. Alright? So Esau is the mystery of iniquity, man. And ultimately, we don't want to forget about the elect others that are going to receive certain spiritual powers to, But all glory, honor, and praise goes to the Most High and His only begotten Son, always, for now and forever. But this is now and forever. All right, so this is Genesis 25 verse 31. Esau sells. Hey, so hey, man. So that's why they So he came out, right? And Jacob said, "Sell me this day thy birthright." Now, right? And Esau said, "Behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me?" So here it is, man. Here it is. You got you got the treasures, man. The treasures. That's what the birthright is. Because they can't see it now, but in the kingdom, man. In the kingdom, dude, brothers, probably, but you ain't gonna want to leave. Hey, in the kingdom, man. Eyes have not seen, or heard, or ears heard things that the Most I have in store for they that love Him. And if you love Him, you keep His commandments. In the land of our captivity, we do the laws to the best of our abilities. But this is Hey man, he sold his birthright, man. He's like, hey man, I'm hungry. What is this birthright gonna do for me, right? It ain't gonna do nothing. So, hey, he had to meet, that didn't perish, and he sold the meat that didn't perish for the meat that would perish, man. So Jacob said, "Swear to me this day," and he swear unto him. That's probably another reason why Esau likes to make these contracts, But anyway, and Jacob said, "Swear to me this day," and he swear unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. Right? Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he said, and he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. Right? Hey, so Genesis 27 verse 4. But anyway, man, about the contract thing, though, when it comes to working, you have to have a type of way to, type of system, I guess, to run things and have things run smoothly. Keeping track of things. But this is what you gonna call it? Genesis 27 verse 4, right? And make me savory meal. Hey, so we know that Esau received the blessing of the sword, man. You know, when you go to Genesis 27, verse 40, it says, "And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve uh, thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck." All right. So went into earlier, Esau. Esau came in when it was around the Renaissance area. He started coming in, and you know that's pretty much when he started getting a foothold. You know, uh, started that was his big at the beginning stages of him ruling. All right. So he got the blessing of the sword, man. That's what he was blessed with, the sword, man. So you see these planes, these jets, and whatnot. All right. So that's why at 2/3, a lot of them are really scared. I mean, because when they think about it, they're like, they can't see the elect receiving spiritual powers and taking down the kingdom. They can't see that. You know. So Esau, so hey man, because he want to call Esau a thief and whatnot. Supplanter. You want to call him a trickster, but that wasn't a trick. I mean, if you were given something and you understood, uh, you know, the importance of it. Like if you were given an heirloom and you were hungry, and somebody say, "All right, listen, man, I'll give you this box of lunch. I'll give you this box of lunch right here, man, real quick. If you give me that heirloom." I mean, ultimately, it's prophecy. It was prophesied. Ultimately, it's prophecy. The Most High runs the show. But a lot of people, man. Hey, people have done. People do stupid things, but that's what that's about right there, man. Cuz came home hungry. He's like, "Hey, what is this birthright gonna do for me? I'm gonna just sell it. I'm gonna just eat and fill my stomach." All right. So look funny for me then. All right. So it says, and these words of Esau, her elder son, with us, 41, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, "The days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob." All right. So hey, man. Oh, thanks. So that's what that is right there, man. Esau, man. Hey, he sold his birthright, man. Then he wanted to turn back around and say, "Nah, Jacob tricked him. We tricked him." You know. But see, the Most High sees and knows everything, man. So ultimately, the Most High saw that happening. It was set up to happen, man. Because hey, deep in his Esau can Esau is Cain. Esau is just coming back as Cain, the reincarnation, man. And you got Jacob as Abel, man. Pretty much, right? So here it is that Esau, just like how with Cain, slew his brother in the field, man. And here you got Esau, right? Saying wanting to kill Jacob. All right. So with that, I want to give all glory, honor, praise to the Most High, His only begotten Son. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders of GMS, and respects to the sincere brothers out there doing this work. Shalom.